Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in today's episode of the Ferocious Cup Deep Dive, we're going to be going over Umbreon. Alright everyone, so the Ferocious Cup just came out, and we're going to want to go over the top 10 or so Pokemon on PvPoke and how they line up against the initial meta, or I guess it's not a meta yet, but the initial top, let's say 20-25 Pokemon. So first we're going to be starting out here with Umbreon. Umbreon is a pure dark type, meaning that it is going to have very few resistances and very few weaknesses. So let's get into it right now. So you're going to want a fast attack of Snarl. So Snarl is going to be generating a lot of energy, especially with the new-ish update. And Snarl is a dark attack, so dark attacks are going to be good against, or super effective against, Psychic and Ghost types. And for your charge moves, you're going to want Foul Play for sure. And then if you have Last Resort, a Last Resort Umbreon, which would be a legacy Pokemon, then go ahead and add a Last Resort to it, so that, or have use the one with Last Resort on it, because it's going to give you more diversity in what you can hit for neutral damage. But there aren't many dark Pokemon in this cup, so Foul Play is going to be hitting a lot of Pokemon for neutral damage. So even if you don't have the legacy, that's okay. Foul Play is going to be good enough. So 100% PvP IV for Umbreon is going to be 0, 15, 15, and that'll get you, you can get it up to level 27.5 if you do that. So what does Dark type resist? It resists only Psychic types, and it is weak against Fighting, Bug, and Fairy typing. And a little blurb I have of why Umbreon's so good is because it's extremely bulky. It has the legacy move Last Resort, but like I previously said, in this cup it doesn't seem to be necessarily needed. And in this, because of that, this Pokemon is really easy to play. Now, whether that's good or bad, you can decide for yourself. You know, it's not going to give you a bunch of wiggle room. You're not going to shield bait someone or anything like that because they know the foul plays are going to be coming out. But in saying that, foul play is so good that it might just be fine on its own. So the notable matchups that are really bad for Umbreon in this cup are Alolan Ninetales, Donphan, I believe is the name of the elephant. If that's incorrect, someone go ahead and tell me. And then Minun. And then it has a ton of positive matchups. It actually is at 99 on PvPoke for percent matchups. The notable wins are Alolan Marowak, Nidoking, Lickitung, Pachirisu, Shieldon, and oh my god, what's that beaver's name? The Buc-ee's looking beaver. And if you don't know what Buc-ee's is, it's a gas station in Texas. Yeah, it sounds weird, but if you live in Texas, you understand. Anyways, I think it's Bibarrel. It's the Bidoof evolution. So in these deep dives, I wanted to get a little more into the specifics of the matchups. So I'm going to list some notable matchup wins for each shielding scenario in the top 10 or so of Pokemon in the top 10 or so on PvPoke versus Umbreon. So these are specifically the wins. In the zero shield scenario, with Umbreon, you're gonna take out Alolan Marowak, Raikou, Torkoal, Nidoking, Pachirisu, and Raichu. And for all of these matchups, you're going to go straight foul play. And actually, in the 0, 1, and 2 shield scenario, you're just going to go straight foul play. And that's what I was meaning by Last Resort not really that necessary in this cup. It does give you a little bit of a difference, because I believe the other move that Umbreon can learn is Dark Pulse, so that would just be 3 attacks that are Dark type, which is fine if you don't ever run into another Dark, but if you're taking on another Umbreon in the one-on-one, Dark resists Dark, so you're going to want to use the Last Resorts in the mirror. So it'll help you out in the mirror a lot. So let's get over to the one shield scenarios, and in those, Umbreon's going to take out the Alolan Marowak, the Shieldon, Pachirisu, Lickitung, Raikou, and Bibarel. And notably on this list, Lickitung has an extremely high HP stat as well as a pretty good defensive stat. So Lickitung is very bulky. So in all of these, you would just, like I said, you go straight foul play. But I think even in the zero shield scenario, it takes 4 foul plays to beat Lickitung. You do beat it, even in the zero shield scenario. Didn't have room to fit it in there. But yeah, you beat Lickitung in all 3 shield scenarios. So in the 2 shield scenario, Umbreon beats a lot of the same things that we've been seeing. Alolan Marowak, Raikou, Nidoking, Lickitung, and it picks up the wins, or better wins, against Nidoqueen and Furret. And actually, Furret has a pretty good rating right now on PvPoke. I believe it's at 13 or 16. I'll have to double check that. But I believe that's where it is, which is surprising because you don't think of any of the Centaurette family as being that great. So that's the deep dive here for Umbreon. We're going to be coming out with a lot more. Like I said, I want to try to do the top 10 right now on PvPoke, and then when the meta actually starts to form a little, I'll go, if I didn't already do deep dives on those Pokemon, I'll try to get into the deep dive done for those. So if you want to be the first to get to those, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If I messed up anything in here, especially the names, go ahead and let me know. I'm sure you will. And get ready for the next one, y'all.